will have the matchup, but by then there could be a whole skewing of issues here. As Ezreal and Alistar both going to be locked in, and that says there is going to be a lane swap because that duo is not good, at least in the current iteration and in history's past. There was a time where Ezreal was way too broken, and so the duo worked just fine, but this does not spark too much early confidence in the laning phase.
Nautilus is one we often see paired with the Kai'Sa. Not going to get excited until something is locked in, but I have heard the rumblings of Sylas support. It's going to be Pyke instead.
Oh god, okay, Carrier coming out with a bang to start this series off.
Yeah, this is Fearless, so you don't really need to open up with Sylas support. You can save that. You know.
I don't know whether you necessarily need to open up with Pyke support either.
No, you definitely don't, but that's what they did anyway. And this is what I was saying earlier. T1 have just very heavily, again, leaned into a skirmish. That's what this is. It's very dive heavy. There's a ton of backline threat. How it all gels together when you actually try to play up 5v5s because they're comp with great range, great poke, great engage. That's tough, but when you look at the individual matchups, I think T1 are going to be very happy, and particularly...
This game could be over real quickly. Let's jump into the ring for game number 1. Whoa. Extraordinarily loud, and normally I get a little bit pranked because I'm on the wrong side of LoL Park, and so I'm like, wow, they're so loud. T1's on the other side, and I was almost deafened. So pretty impressive as far as fan representation is concerned. We need to remind everyone of the stakes, Chronicler, before you get into what you want to talk about, unless it's important. What are we doing?
I'm saying... I spoke too soon. I was hoping no lane swaps.
Oh.
The lane setups were good, and then the backs came in, and now it's cooked. So that's on me.
Yep.
Apologies. Continue.
Could just have upside down lanes, though, by the looks of things, because not a lot of defensive vision, and so it looks like the Alistar Ezreal are going to be sent towards the top side. So maybe we'll just have Australian lanes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of all right.
Good. It's looking good.
No worries. All right.
So you were saying.
So what I was saying was, this is the playoffs. Often we have some double elimination in our playoffs, but not in round 1. And so the stakes of this are either our LCK champion of 2024 goes home.
Yeah. It's between the cow
and
Jaces. Yeah.
Oh dear, the cow not quite figuring it out as Carrier is also going low. Will Viper commit? That's the question. Is he actually going to die? Yes, he does. But now Viper might be able to clean this one up. Carrier needs to get out of vision if he wants that grey health back, and he's not going to be able to do it. The Arcane Shift. Carrier moves over, and it's a double kill for Viper.
Well, I don't think Ezreal could pull it off.
No,
I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I'd have to see it.
I don't think we have to. I think we can just know.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Just imagine it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel great.
It feels wrong.
His hair is, you know, part of what makes him Ezreal. That is a very good point. It's all right. Grub number 2 going to go down. Should be the 3rd, so a feat of strength, or at least a portion of it, going to be collected here, and Peanut going to go about his merry way. That should be exchanged for this Mountain Drake that's alive towards the bottom side of the map. So no harm, no foul there. And Carrier just going to be moving himself back. Smash taking a few Mystic shots here in this lane. But this laning phase kind of over for the bottom lane of T1, wanting to try and skirmish their way back into it, I would expect, as Wind becomes lightning, and Carrier going to be taking a bit of damage. Smash trying to get rid of him, as Peanut does make his way over. I don't know whether this is necessarily diveable. They will be able to get a nice crash, and maybe a plate for their trouble, as Peanut looking to try and get them away from the area. Yeah, zoned off this entire wave.
Yeah, they also know that Owner is bot side, so there isn't really any risk involved for them here. We also saw Zeka on an early rotation towards top. Now Zeus is on the weak side of the map.
Yeah, I'm going to say hi to his former jungler. Is going to be the red buff secured, as Bone Skewer going to connect. Zeus just going to... sorry, Zeus? Zeka going to shift some sands. 4-letter Z words. You know, it's a tough one. But he should be all right. Not having to use any of his summoner spells or anything like that. Still down relatively low, as a plate is going to go on over. But 3 plates to Viper in the top lane.
Every one of their fights should start up with someone getting picked off and getting blown up. And then they can kind of go from there. Life just get to play classic front to back, get to poke away, get the setup like they are here. I think it's going to be tough. We'll have to see. T1 trying to find access.
Carrier doesn't get the Bone Skewer. And ZEUS now in trouble. Teleport coming in from Doran, who tries to ult his way out of it. He'll be able to get out of there, but this is not the pick that they were looking for. Delight has the ulti. True Shot Barrage hits 2. And Faker and Smash now very low. That is going to be 2 grubs going on over. Should be the clean sweep as far as the objective, but no one to die in this skirmish. It's not what I was expecting.
That's textbook there from HANWHA, right? Like exactly what we talked about.
Yeah.
The moment that T1 tries to make an entrance, they pull back to one of 2 choices. Either they can accept that they wasted 2 teleports, let it go, or try to force for the choke. They kind of try to do the second part, and it just doesn't work. HANWHA life, the carries are still safe, but obviously the life doesn't care. Is Alistair that is level 6. They can't get through the choke, right?
Yeah.
Like even with Faker trying to set them up with the ultimate, there just isn't too much you can do, and I think the T1 composition relies so heavily on being ahead on tempo for it to work, because you want to be able to deny vision, to set up vision traps. But there has been topside cryo from minute 1. I think the one strong point that you did have, which was your bot side matchup, turned into a disaster due to the level 1. So now you can see T1 is showing up second to every single objective, which makes it so hard for them to actually pick off anyone, because HANWHA Life can see them coming, are always ready. And T1 is going to have to start making this game a lot more messy. Maybe a pick on ZEUS could do it.
Yeah, as Carry is going to turn up. Let's see whether ZEUS has the footwork. He does! Faker's still going to be able to get some damage down, as ZEUS is still trying to kill Carrier in front of 2 members of T1. Peanut going to be taking this dragon. Carrier can't take another one of those. He will just die, as Faker is at least at full health, but ZEUS gets underneath the turret. Bone Skewer goes wide once again. ZEUS has his ex-teammate downloaded by the looks of things, clears out the wave, and he is just fine.
Carrier has had a really good LCK Cup. I think this game, the only Bone Skewer
now, it's difficult for that one to be executed, as Tower does go down, and that is Sandals picked up. Some strong feet here on HLE.
Guys, for who you are.
I'm not. I'm explaining who I am.
You said...
All right, Doran is going to press his ultimate button, dodges out of the way of the ult from Zekka as well. Very nicely done. But a little bit of smooth movement from the Azir means that the Chicken Man is not going to be falling down. And in the meantime, HLE are the ones that capitalize. Oh, okay, so Let's Groove is mega popular on TikTok at the moment. Just for all you Americans that might be missing the platform. As Zekka now moving away from this turret. And wait, is it back?
It is, yeah.
What the heck?
Atlas,
I'm so out of touch.
We have established you're a boomer. Like all of this is just world building.
Yeah.
As the world for T1 unfortunately crumbling a little bit around them. As mentioned, this is a type of draft where with nameplates you're like, you know what? I can see it work. It is not. Yep. Oh, you can't do that to your own team.
Oh, ZEUS. Oh, dear. Well, maybe he's fine. All right, well, Doran's going to turn up. In comes Delight. He can't get away with this. Surely not. Peanut comes in, lands the audacious charge, and there's the ulti as well. Faker throws his into the ring, but they're going to have to back away. These health bars are so low. They're sitting ducks to ZEUS with these shock blasts. As Doran, it's Faker that picks it up. He's not going to be dying from that one, but does need to create some extra space. In the meantime, though, this inner turret not long for the world. Look at these Void Grubs. They didn't need that many. They are crowding around that structure, and it is going to be obliterated. And what was a relatively small gold lead is ballooning over time.
It was promised, and it goes back to what we were saying. We have not seen a game where everyone on HLE is playing well. I think all 5 players throughout the LCK Cup thus far hasn't happened. And right now, it looks like that's what we're witnessing. That's now abandoning, but HANWHA Life actually matching the rotation.
Carrier almost just straight up dead to Viper throwing out a couple of Mystic shots.
Yeah, he does have the spike.
You saw Viper's brain work there. He registers the amount of damage that Mystic shot did, and he's like, oh wait, I kill him. And then Arcane shifts forward. Not quite able to take him down completely, but that's certainly putting some fear into the support of T1.
Look at the vision.
Yeah.
F0. Like, an owner can't walk up.
Nope. He sees the silhouette.
Oh,
and
good luck retaking this
that
area. Are we just going to... No, we're going to TP. We're going to try and do it, but...
The smash flank. Let's see whether this is going to work out as Faker throws in the ultimate, gets on in there, but he's just going to explode. Otacon goes down as well. Zekka grabbing the kill, and now T1 need to run for the hills. You cannot fight that which cannot die. And HLE now moving towards the top lane in a turret. Where does the good news start for T1 in this game?
You took out Jace. And Ezreal.
Oh wait, it's
fearless.
a best of 5. Yeah, that's where it starts. Actually, to be honest, maybe it's worth it.
Well, still not how you want your game 1 to start, Atlas.
Probably not. They might be able to kill Zeka as Ona takes a little bit of a ride underneath the turret. Great bone skewer comes on through as the flash out from Zeka will keep him alive. He gets hit by his own teammate's True Shot Barrage. Flash him up, down goes. No, never mind. He is going to ult his way back in though, so that will kill Doran. Faker with a fair bit of damage, trying to eliminate the minion wave where they can as Viper hitting so many of these shots, and they have Otacon. So he can just take the free back there. Zeka gonna do the same thing. I need to stop messing their names up. The LCK Cup, HANWHA Live Esports, we missed you. It's great to see you here as Zeus behind the inner turret that is definitely going to evaporate.
Hey, look, he's building damage.
He is.
Dirk in his inventory.
I mean, he does have a simple inventory. All right, Carrier gonna get knocked into the sky. Faker once again going very aggressive, but able to utilize that ulti to keep himself safe. Still, I mean, Carrier died, and I didn't even really notice. As HLE, they have some worse for wear health bars. 13 seconds left on the Otacon buff. And they've wiped out the entire outer ring of turrets, and they've taken the top inhibitor turret as well, as we do. And they may as well just go for whatever play they can find. I think that's why you had Faker ulting in that Otacon fight, because, like, obviously, if you don't do anything about it, they just take the buff, and then you lose. So you need to at least make them work a little bit for it.
It's pure desperation.
Oh yeah,
right. And it kind of, to me, this goes back to HANWHA Live matching the lane swap, then Zeus having an incredible early game in the 1v1, which took away one of the possible pressure points, and then the bot lane 2v2 being a disaster. So you never get Pyke on the map, and then this composition just doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah,
that's a thing. You know, I know Pyke has been out for forever, but.
It's very cool how he sort of works as well.
Yeah.
Trying to mitigate what could make him completely broken by just meaning that you cannot build health. Kind of nuts, as once again, he does skewer the cow. But Delight not too worried about it.
Circling the drain Atlas in this first game is T1.
Yeah, and look at HLE building some vision around the Baron, you would assume. And now...
Taxi out.
Oh, yeah. Smash is going to try and make an exit. Over also going to be diving forward. Delight throws down the ulti as Zeus is fighting against Faker, and Faker is probably not going to survive it. There's the Shock Blast to finish him off. In the meantime, Owner is also dead. Delight somehow alive, and this could just spell the end of Game 1. HLE with an absolute turnaround in performance in this one. They're going to need more, though, and Peanut might need a little bit of saving here as he wants to... Yes, he does manage to do that. True Shot Barrage. He's actually going to be the one that takes the kill. And Peanut fighting a top laner is not necessarily going to work out for him as his ex-teammate grabs the kill off the back end of this one. But it's only 2 for T1 in this game, and 2 dead Nexus turrets are going to be the result, with a following Nexus to go down as well. HLE Game 1, absolute statement here from the LCK champs, as when it says playoffs, this team knows how to play.
Want to echo what you said earlier at